Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Come and knock on my door. We'll be waiting for you. How's the rest of it go? In those thrills and spills and bills, three's company too. What up, Beverly? Let me know if y'all can hear this music. Dan Henson, Chris Stumbo, Joey, Kelly, Shannon Collins. Y'all let me know if you can hear this music, man. We testing. Y'all hearing that? What about this applause? We'll die real straight. 25-8. Let me know if y'all hear the music. Chris Stumbo, what up? How do I say that? So were y'all hearing that music or no? Was the lack of you telling me? Oh, loud and clear, no music, no applause. What the fuck? Coos! I got the Coosa back, y'all. He just got back from Alabama, look. Man, they're setting up more mics. Getting it going. Lucas Larson, what's up? So I'll do a sunset smoke out with y'all, man. I realize I ain't smoked with y'all in a couple days. Carnage is in this motherfucker. Kevin Rohrbach. That sounds new. Rohrbach. Adam Brown. Oh, I'm sorry. Amanda Brown. Yeah, they told me. No music. Let's see if I plug it into this right here. Check, check. Y'all still got me? Check, check. Probably not, huh? Nope, no sound. Check, check. Check, check. I am not Michael. I'm not rich at all. Tell Koos I can't get any music on here. I guess I'm just gonna smoke with y'all. It's gonna be a couple lives today that y'all probably think are gonna get more heated than they are. They're not. Had a couple conversations. Seems to be the only thing we can't get on the same page about is these cameras. What up, Ryan Milliken? Debbie Farrell, what's good? What up, Art Smith? How you say that? M-I-S-C-O-I. Miskoy? Lena Miskoy.
So how are they hearing you?
Because I'm going in off this mic. I'm on this mic.
But the phone's not connected.
Bluetooth to the phone. Oh, is that why you think?
Yeah.
So grab me a thing because what it was I was charging. Ryan said they got me. Dusty Overton, what's good?
Are you good
So,
on charge? Or do you want to use this phone?
Nah, I just want to smoke with them. That mic is doing me no justice. The mic is doing me no justice. What about now?
You might not even be off this mic.
Check, 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 check. Yeah, I am. I can hear it. Man, that sucks. I was going to play y'all a brand new song. I was going to try to do something different to let this all just, get itself worked out. Joe Regan said boxing or MMA. I mean, personally, I grew up boxing, but I've been working out in MMA gyms for the last few years. And when we cut the weight the first time, a lot of people don't know it. I cut to 185 from 240 the first time. And it's hot than a motherfucker. Even with the sun setting, man, it's still hot than a motherfucker. But yeah, both times I've cut have been in MMA gyms. I cut from 240 something to 185 right before we did the A&E show, and then I just cut recently from 225 to about 185. Miss Scoy. Lena Miss Scoy. So I'm smoking with y'all for sunset. This is sunset smoke. And I wanted to tell y'all a story. Totally off subject. Or maybe, it's a story, but it's also a challenge to you. I challenge you. My mama, okay, so here's the story. My mama called this lady the other day. No, Frankie, but me and Calhoun talked for a little while earlier, and only thing that seems to be missing is the cameras. That's it. I offered him 20,000. He offered me 5. 20 is real. He says he don't want to do it unless there's cameras, or unless there's not cameras. There I go, misquoting. Listen, man, there's a lot of fake news out here, y'all. There's a lot of shit on the internet. What's good, Chuck Diesel, Alex Wills, John Osborne? Yeah, I am going to. Brandon Miller's in this motherfucker. Get a bunch.
B. Mills?
Listen, man, I'm going to try to keep it calm today, y'all, because a lot of people have been concerned about my well-being. They think I might be so poor out here that I'm living in squalor. They're concerned that my kids don't have nice shoes and clothes. Look, she ain't even got no shoes.
Yeah.
They're concerned, right? I am focused on the music. I'm also focused on, not going to finish, or I'm not going to forget. I'm going to tell y'all the rest of the story about my mama. But, yeah, ultimately when we talked, which me and Calhoun talked directly, he would not let me tape it. I mean, I could have, obviously, right? But he said, if you'll call me with no cameras on, then we could just have a real conversation. I said, all right, cool, I'll give you that. We talked for about 30, 45 minutes. He was probably much more educated about me, and I'm a little more educated about him. I, however, have not changed any of my feelings. He still put it in an arbitrary scenario, and I didn't threaten to slap him, right? So why I got to pull up anywhere? Now, I'm glad you think that, Frankie. As we talked, we left with, cool. If you don't want to fight, then you ain't pulling up on nobody slapping anybody, right? It's kind of silent. He said he don't want any cameras. Look, I'm gonna leave it at that because I didn't tape the conversation, so I'm not gonna give y'all any hearsay, right? It'll get itself worked out. You'll get to see what y'all eventually want to see at some point or another, one way or the other. I can assure you of that. And beyond that, let me tell you a story. So you can expect a Jelly and King song. I'm just gonna say it. What I was gonna play y'all a minute ago was a song with me and Jelly and Chevy Woods from Taylor Gang that we just did a remix for. And I was gonna play it for y'all, so we could come, you know. And I was just gonna keep it all the way that, but I thought I should let y'all know that, you know, he did get past the I can't text him. He did call. We talked for a minute. I know he wants to fight me for sure. It's very clear. I want to fight him for sure. So eventually y'all get to see it. All right, now back to the story. My mama called the wrong number the other day, a number she calls all the time. It was 1 digit off, and she ended up on the phone. Damn, I feel bad right now. I'm forgetting. Oh, with a lady in North Carolina named Dolores. This is the way she explained it to me. She said, you know, just in the spirit of phone conversations, right? And getting out of your comfort zone and talking to people and educating yourself about people, because we live in a different world than we lived in a couple weeks ago. So my mama ends up on the phone with this lady named Dolores on accident. They end up having like a 30-minute conversation. She said when she was explaining it to me, she said, it was the most amazing thing because I was obviously older than her and white, and she was obviously an older lady and black. And here we were in this scenario where we didn't know each other, but we ended up talking for 20 minutes. 20, 30 minutes, they talked for a long time. So I found it to be an interesting social experiment that I challenge all of you and anybody that sends me the recording of the person that you meet. Keep calling people till it's somebody that don't sound like you. Nah, I don't see that one happening anytime soon, Marcus Greer. You better off doing yours, Trevor. Fuck out my life. Fuck is you talking about? But here's my challenge, right? Because I had several other phone conversations that didn't have nothing to do with this throughout the day that made me realize talking to people that aren't like you and aren't the same color as you, maybe not the same religion, maybe they don't have the same sexual orientation as you, maybe how they grew up is different. Just call somebody call the wrong number, but make sure it's close to a number that you know by heart. My mother was calling a number that she knew by heart and fucked up one number in it. Please spam anybody that's spamming me right now, y'all, because I look down and I look at the comments. And this is my challenge. Call numbers that you know until you run into a number, or change the last number of it until you run into somebody that doesn't sound like you, that doesn't sound like they grew up where you grew up, that doesn't sound like they're the same color as you, whatever, right? I challenge y'all, and if you'll send me the recordings of it, of you making a friend, an acquaintance like my mama has made with Dolores. Treat me like one, Tony. Bitch ass boy, you in somebody else's live talking about who they are. Fuck out of here. Spamming motherfuckers. Bullet Jones, what up? So here's my challenge to y'all. Call a number that's almost like yours, one digit off, until you get somebody that doesn't look like you, that doesn't sound like you, that sounds like they're from a different, I hate to say culture, because I don't believe there's a black culture or a white culture. I believe there's city cultures. I believe that there's country culture. I believe a lot of people like myself fall somewhere right in the middle because they spent time in a lot of places or different places. Y'all hear the peacocks? That's peacocks out here. I don't know if y'all can hear them, but sunset smoke out. I love you motherfuckers. I wish I could play music for you. I'm playing it. Shit just ain't coming through. You think if I plug into headset? Oh no, when I went into headset, they couldn't hear me.
Oh, I got you. You have to unplug it. How good are you
Yeah.
on charge?
Yeah, so maybe I'll come on later and play number music for y'all. And yeah, man, you know, groupies' lives matter. Deanne Johnson, what up? Mike Manick, what's up? Man, I'm waiting on you. All you gotta do is hit Kusa. Kusa, what's the number? 256.
256-495. I'm putting it in the phone.
Yeah, don't say it until you actually know it.
I got it.
All right. Don't tell me other things, because I just say whatever's on the teleprompter. Leah Billings, what's happening is we doing a break from what's been happening. I've been all day interviewing a kid named Armani Almastica. I don't want to mess his name up, that's why I paused. Armani Almastica, The Real Legacy 704, what it is on Instagram. I know we on Facebook. Michael, now you know that ain't real. Come on. Y'all can y'all hear the peacocks back there? Oh,
It's The Real Legacy 407.
The Real Legacy 407 on Instagram. I don't know what his Facebook is. It's fucked up. But his story is one of the most incredible stories. So as I was doing his interview and interviewing his coach, we were chopping all this shit back and forth. He's an Olympic fighter that got, what up, Steve? That got derailed from the Olympics because of COVID. And because this whole show, everything I've been doing here with these lives and turning it into a podcast and fucking, you know, what's going on all came from COVID. It's just a really interesting story because it's kind of directly related. He was affected in a different way, but we were affected because the world got shut down. We shut a studio down. Moved into a house that's way out in the country next door to my mother's, on the plot of land next to my mother's. So I've been affected. Man, shout out to any essential workers, anybody that's had any real effect from the COVID, like Armani Almastica, who I've been interviewing basically for like 2 weeks. We've done interviews in the gym. We've done interviews with his coach, his trainer, his dad. The kid went through the system, was almost put into DHS or DYD custody, whatever they call it in Orlando. And he's 19 years old now, got all that shit behind him, and is going to the Olympics. He almost didn't, or he didn't get to go to the Olympics, just like everyone didn't get to go to the Olympics on time this year because of COVID-19. And because Puerto Rico, he was fighting for the American team and got a bronze medal. And then I'm just looking at the comments. Y'all are hilarious. So he got a bronze medal fighting for America and thought that was it. Thought his Olympic run was over. So he goes and tries out gets in trouble for the last time. This is like a year ago. Gets out of that trouble, does 60 days in jail, and gets out of that trouble, right? Starts dealing with his probation, had an ankle bracelet on, the whole thing. And did 60 days in jail, came home with the ankle bracelet, then went to try out for Puerto Rico to see if he had one more shot. Tony Gant Jr., it's all love, homie. I just saw you. I'm trying to tell a story, and I'm a stoner. So, because of his age, he went and tried out for Puerto Rico, smoked through everything, is at the top of the food chain on the Puerto Rico team. He's Puerto Rican by descent, lived his whole life in Orlando from a very inner city upbringing, and been through a whole lot, man. His story is incredible. We got about a 25-minute piece that I'm going to post later on. I felt like because I had let it take up so much of a frequency that I really needed to show y'all some of the other shit that's happening in my life. So me being able to cover this story before it's a national story, is a really big thing that's happening in my life. And it's streamable on UBC. I'm going to post the link for where you can stream this kid's fight. He fights on the 17th. They're going to let him fight 10 times, 10 pro fights before and still get to go fight in the Olympics, which is fucking incredible when you think about it. Only because he's still going to be 19. It's about when you turn 19 was the real breaking point for the reasoning that he's going to get the fight, because he'll still be 19 years old. He turned 19 right as COVID happened. So now I'm going to answer some of these questions. Y'all stay tuned for that, because I'm going to post this, and there'll be a stream link so you can stream his fight. His first pro fight is on the 17th. And Robert, I think there'll be a lot more money on the table when this is all said and done. There's already a lot more money than what you're talking about. I agree with Ryan Milliken wholeheartedly, 100%. Bravo's hoish, and he knows it. So, to answer your question, Jamie Thornsberry, I know you talking about got no real truth in it. Yeah, you should smoke, Shandy Sandlin. So anyway, the story is this. Kid's 19 years old, almost didn't get to go to the Olympics. And because of COVID, if he would have turned 20 when they go back, or if he would have turned 20 at the wrong time, this is the way they explained it to me. You know how when you start the school year, depending on what your birthday is, that's the grade that you get to go in? So he had two options. He would have either not went to the Olympics, or he would have got to go to the Olympics based on him being 19 years old, or if he would have turned 20. So he didn't. And now, when the Olympics start back up, he will get to go to fight in the Olympics. On the 17th is his first pro fight. All love, Shandy. I had to look for a second and make sure and gauge my response, right? If you're watching for the right reasons, if you're watching because you love me or you love our scene, and you've been watching, me figure social media out for the last year or so. Because remember, up until last year, I had said very little on social media. All I had ever done was posted pictures, music. I had used it like networks, like the same way we used to use MTV and BET, the way the world used it. I've never had anything on MTV or BET, only things I directed, just for the record. Somebody was saying the other day that they remember when I had shit on MTV. That's how old I was. Lisa Johnson, Detroit's in this motherfucker. So, for the record, the only things I've had on MTV and BET were things I directed and produced. Candace, I love you too. Deanne, you know I love you. You've been here since way back when. James Stevens, what up? Ryan Milligan, super love. Levi, to answer your question, do I think me and Adam will box eventually? Or even over the next few weeks? I do. I do think we will. I just think it's the one, when we talked, when the managers talked, all that shit, the only thing that keeps hanging it up now is cameras. And that's pretty fucked up because I know y'all want to see it. And there's a part of me that's just like, fuck it, let's just do it without the cameras. If he was here, if he would have really, like, I thought for a few minutes the other day, or for a few hours, honestly, I thought he was going to be here the next day. And I was like, all right, fuck it, cameras or no cameras, whether he agrees or not, before the money or anything. Justin, I'm answering your fucking question. You got to fucking keep up now. No, Justin Banks. So you going to fight A. Cal or what? I'm talking about it, asshole. So, listen, I don't know you for real in real life, so maybe you might not be a super asshole. Of course, Christopher Paul Carney. You can get a shout out. All you got to do is ask for it. First timer. Good to see you, Bubba. Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. People want, listen, and I said that too. Just so you know, I haven't been hardball negotiating about the streaming it. That's just what I feel like should be, right? But I didn't hardball it. I was like, fuck it. If you don't want to stream it, whatever. But there's got to be cameras, so you can't come out of here and paint this as something else. They said no. He said no. Bravo is the epitome of bum. What the fuck you mean? If we talking about fighting, he got a little money though. Can't take nothing away from him. He's been good with his taxes. I think it runs in his family because he's always had money ever since we met him when he was 12. Okay? So you don't want to talk about historical records with me, whoever said that. Much love and respect to you, Sean Steen. I'm trying to go catch back up. Yeah, you know, we ain't got to sell no merch. We ain't got to do no streams. But fuck, there has to be cameras for the historical record of what this is, right? Everybody in this shit says they'll fight. Finally, you got a couple dudes, and I had to reiterate this for Adam today. I was like, bro, I ain't never say we're definitely not bros, but I said it like that. Bro, we're not fucking, we're not doing this thing like you've threatened everybody, said you're going to fight everybody, all this shit. I got into 5 fights this year that people saw. They were in front of people. A lot of them on tape. Not the one in Kentucky. But several other ones that was on tape. Somebody post, you know, some of that shit if y'all want to see what I really look like at 100%. Am I going to play y'all the footage of us at 30, maybe at 35% at some points? I know I said 50, but it's not real. I might at some point, but I know that's not what y'all really want to see, and you're going to be disappointed because you can see that we're not trying to hurt each other. Why did I lose my top fan diamond? Man, I need to put this here so I can see these comments better. I don't know why you lost your top diamond fan, Rebecca. I guess somebody else has been diamond blocking you. Dave Robertson, you should come on. I need some tune-up fights. Adam said I got to be more famous, basically. I got to raise more money. So I said, okay, 20,000 then. How about that? We'll give you 20,000, win or lose. He said, no, you won't. I said, okay, cool. And showed him that we would, or assured him that we would. I was like, you want me to call? You need a routing number? What the fuck you need? And he said, well, we'll do it, but for no cameras. So that's where we just keep landing. I don't want to deprive y'all of this, because you got to remember, I don't hate this boy. I barely even know him. In total, we probably spent 9 hours around each other. I met a gypsy lady. She said, baby, I'm headed to Cali. Would you like to ride? Melissa, that's for you, Miss Huffman. Gypsy Lady is what it's called. That song is about Fifi, my old lady, my mama, my daughter, all kind of combined into one. There's a bunch of lines that go back and forth. It's about all the gypsy ladies in my life. Why did I switch my stage name over the years? William Goss said. That is a very good question. It's very confusing, right, Goss? If you go to look me up on charts and shit, it's very confusing because I've had so many names, right? I only block, just so you know, Sharon, I only block people that I don't like. Now, if you have a difference of opinion than me, it doesn't mean I'm not going to like you. But if you just start spamming my shit and confusing me, because it's just like boom, boom, over and over, I'm trying to actually read things and respond to them. Let me see if I can add anybody in here. Nope. No ability. Why the fuck won't this phone let me ever add anybody? I was going to see if I could add anybody in. But let's get back to what I really wanted to talk to y'all about. You ready? Well, I'll answer that. I'll finish answering the question. I changed my name, my stage name, so many times because I've just always been inspired by starting from the one, by starting over, going back and getting in shape and running the hill to get my cardio right, starting over. That's it. I just believe in reincarnation. I believe in reinvention, and I don't know. It just situations. There were a couple legal situations. I actually tell you the truth. For a long time, somebody else had control because in the beginning I was so young when I started. I was a little kid basically because I've only been rapping for a little while. You could tell by my stream, but I actually started doing this in real life. I'm fucking with y'all. I know I go back and forth between joking. What are you saying to me? Hold the mic up?
No, you're covering the mic.
I'm on this mic.
It's not.
Ah, it's picking up from that mic. That's what the fuck is going on here. Interesting. So maybe if you give me the adapter, I'll pick up from this mic. Boom. Can y'all hear me better now? So yeah, I changed my name a few times because there were people that had control of my likeness for a while because I started so young. I was on some labels. Motherfuckers were, kind of controlling my income streams, right? And so there's the answer to that question. Now, what I really want to talk to y'all about, well, you don't really recreate yourself, Amanda Jones, with changing your name, but what you do is you take it where you're not hanging on to anything that was before this, right? I do have an album named Reincarnated Gene. I don't know if you can find it because my streaming, again, was controlled by a bunch of people that, I started young. I had managers. Over the years, I've had a couple great managers. Shout out to Bernard Parks. Shout out to Will DeZombach, who recently dissolved his management company, and my management deal was a part of that 2 years ago. And that was the Taylor Gang scenario, which 2 years later, because we always did good business together, says something that is just spam. If you're asking a real question, I'll answer it. No problem. William Strong, I appreciate you grabbing that CD from T-Wayne. If you got one that's that old, or you got it from that far back, that means you've been watching me for a minute and listening for a minute. So, the experiment, call a wrong number. Whatever number you know by heart, right? Like I picked up one of my nanny, God bless her spirit, I picked up one of her phones the other day, and it had her original number, 615-228-9762, right? And I was like, damn, that's crazy she had that number so long ago. Shout out to fucking anybody who's been watching all through the years. Somebody give me a lighter. So 22897 or 615-228-9762 was my nanny's old number back 30 years ago.